Hello everyone, it's Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and today I have a little yoga flow for you. It's very much an everyday flow. It's not too focused on any one in particular area. It is supposed to be a nice full body stretch, getting the whole body involved all the way from the feet right up to the neck. This can be practiced day or night, whenever you feel like it. You won't need anything for this, just yourself and your mat. And if you are ready, let's begin. So we are going to get started today sitting down on our mats in a nice comfortable seated position. If you can, take cross-legged. Go ahead and take cross-legged. And we're just going to start to relax the shoulders. So maybe take a few big rolls through the shoulders, up and down the back. And then let the shoulders come back to stillness. We're going to inhale, reach both hands up towards the sky, take them up nice and high, palms come together. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Nice, we'll do that again. Big inhale, keep your sit bones grounded, fingertips reaching high. Exhale, hands come down through center. And one more time, big inhale, we reach up nice and high, maybe look up in between the hands, and then exhale, hands come down. And just let the hands continue on down, and maybe bring them onto the knees or the thighs. And we're just going to start bringing a little bit of movement in through the spine here. So we'll start with some seated cat-cows. So as we inhale, we're going to start to roll the body forward, open your chest, we're rolling the shoulders back, and maybe taking the gaze slightly up towards the sky. As we exhale, we're going to tuck the chin in towards the chest. We're going to straighten out through the arms and really hollow out through the belly, so we're pressing our upper back away. Again, as we inhale, we're rolling the body forward, opening the chest. Exhale, chin to chest, round it under. Nice, flowing with the breath here. Inhaling to come forward, exhaling to move under. Just bringing that initial bit of movement through the spine. This may well be the first sort of movement that we've done like this all day. So keep it nice and slow, keep your breath slow, keep the movement slow. And really feel it out through the spine here. Take one more full round in your own time, a big inhale, followed by your exhale, and then coming back to center. And this time we're going to stick with bringing that movement through the spine, and this time we're going to think about taking our torso into big circles. So as we come forward, we're going to open up through the chest, roll the shoulders back once again. Only we're going to start to send it off towards the side, straighten out through the arms, come around the back, all the way across to the other side and back through center. Nice. Think about taking your rib cage into circles here. Think about keeping your sit bones grounded, all of the movement coming from the spine. So really loosening up through the spine in all directions here. This is definitely one of these movements that we don't want to focus too much on how this looks. We more just want to focus on the feelings of this, of the sensations, of the openings, moving through the spine. Can we do the same thing? Just switch direction. So again, big circles with the upper body. Just the opposite direction this time. Can we begin to maybe make our circles a little bit bigger? Let's take one more big circle in your own time. When we've finished, we all meet back in center with a nice tall spine. So we're going to focus on keeping the hips and the sit bones grounded. We're going to reach up nice and tall with the crown of the head so that the spine feels long. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. If your legs are getting a little bit achy, you can change the cross of the legs or change position, take them out long. But for the most part, if you're good here, we're going to stay here and we're going to drop the hands down to the mat beside us. So we might stay on fingertips here and we're going to bring a little bit of a stretch through the side body. So keep your left hand grounded. We're going to inhale, reach the right hand up nice and high, and get as much length as you can through the right hand side of the body. So all the way from the hips, coming right up through the armpit into the arm. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, we'll send it over into a nice side stretch. Nice. As we inhale, we're going to come back up, drop the arm. Inhale, reach the left hand up high, and then exhale, send it into a nice side bend. So left fingertips reaching towards the left hand side. Nice, take a big inhale, bring both hands up. Exhale, drop the left, reach up and over with the right fingertips. Inhale, both hands come up. Exhale, we drop the right, reach up and over with the left. Nice, so on every inhale, we're reaching up. On every exhale, we're finding that side bend. So get the movement and then begin to focus on the breath. So flowing with the breath here. Every inhale, every exhale creates a movement. And we want to think of this as one big fluid movement. So think about like a nice big ocean wave. The inhales turning into exhales, one movement turning into the next. Maybe begin to see if we might go a little bit lower as we reach up and over with the top hand. And we're just bringing this nice stretch in through the side of the waist, in through the side body here. Nice, we'll take one more on each side, no rush, in your own time. When we finished, we'll all meet with the hands reaching back up. Take a big inhale, and then as we exhale, can we find our cactus arms? So we're going to bend the elbows into about a 90-degree bend. We're going to keep the palms open, press the elbows towards the back of the room, press the chest forward. Sit nice and tall through the spine. Take a big inhale. Take a full exhale. And then drop the hands down. Nice. From here, we're going to roll forward into our tabletop. So if the legs are still crossed, you can bring your hands out in front and go ahead and just roll yourself forward into your tabletop. So we're on our hands and our knees. We want to do a quick little check, make sure that we are in nice alignment. We want to have the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. And we're just going to flow through a few cat-cows here. So we inhale, we look forward, open the chest, tailbone points up. As we exhale, chin to the chest, press and arch the upper back. Inhale, we come forward, belly drops, tailbone up. Exhale, chin to chest, tailbone moves down, suck the belly button back towards the spine. And let's continue on like this. Again, sticking with the breath here, coming forward with every inhale, rolling under with every exhale. And again, just focusing in on the sensations here. So if it helps, you can close off the eyes. Just bringing your awareness into your spine, into your low back, your upper back, your shoulders. Beginning to notice where you're feeling this the most. Beginning to notice how the body feels. If it feels stiff or tight. If it feels loose, if it feels energized. Knowing that there's no right or wrong answers, we're just simply asking the question and noticing. And then if this is feeling pretty good for you, you can stick with your cat-cow, or we might start to make this into more of a fluid organic movement. So as we exhale, we might start to arch the upper back, bring the hips down towards the heels, and then as we inhale, we might round it forward, opening the chest, looking forward. So taking the hips through big circles here, inhaling to come forward, exhaling to come back. And again, this is another one that we don't want to worry too much how this looks. Focus on the feelings. If we're moving in circles, can we do the same thing? Just switch it to the other side. So just changing directions here. Getting as much movement as we can through our back. Maybe involving the shoulders, the hips. Nice, and then the next time that we have the hips back towards the heels, we're going to find a quick child's pose here. So hips move back towards the heels, we're going to stretch the arms out long and then rest the forehead down. Nice, take a little bit of time here just to catch the breath. Lengthen out through the back, maybe take your gaze up towards your fingertips. See if you can maybe walk those fingertips a little bit further away, keep the hips grounded. And then release the forehead back to the mat. We'll take a few deep breaths here. And then after your next exhale, we're going to release from our child's pose. We're going to come back up and into our tabletop. So coming back into our tabletop, we're going to start to bring a little bit of a stretch through the upper body. So take a little look down between your hands and that space right in the middle, so it would be sort of just underneath your forehead. You're going to go ahead and take your left hand, place it directly underneath your forehead, and then as we inhale, we're going to start to reach that right hand out towards the side and then maybe continue on taking it up towards the sky. As we exhale, we're going to bring the hand back down. As we inhale, we're going to sweep the hand up. Nice, so continue to exhale, bring the hand down. Inhale, sweep the hand open. And we're going to start to feel a big stretch through the upper back. We're also going to get a little bit of a twist in through the middle of the spine here. But we're not forcing anything here. This can be quite a big movement, so don't worry if we can't get the hand all the way up to the sky. We're just gently starting to open up the arms, the shoulders, the upper back. Keep flowing with the breath here. On your next inhale, as we reach the hand up, we're going to see how it would feel to stop and hold, and then maybe start to take that right arm into some big circles. So the hand coming down towards the floor, moving forward, up and back. Nice, we'll not be here for too long. Just bringing some mobility in through the right shoulder. Let's take one more big circle. And then bring that right hand back to the floor. We're going to switch it with the left. So again, bring the right hand directly underneath your forehead. And same thing other side. As we inhale, we're going to start to reach that left hand out to the side, maybe taking it up towards the sky, only if that's within your range. As we exhale, we lower it back down to the floor. Nice, we inhale, we sweep that hand out and open. Exhale, take it down. And just continue on with your breath. Just keep breathing. That is the most important thing here, that we keep breathing. Letting the breath help you here. So we're not forcing. We're just feeling that stretch, feeling that opening. The next time that we inhale and we have that left hand reaching high, can we stop and hold? Can we keep breathing? Can we maybe start to send that arm into a few big circles? Make these circles as big as feels good for your body. Bringing some movement in through the shoulder. Staying strong in through the right arm. Let's take one more big circle in your own time. And then bring that hand back to the floor. Nice. Let's bring the palms of the hands directly underneath the shoulders. And where the palms of your hands are, that's where we're going to bring our elbows. So moving into a puppy variation here, we're just going to drop down onto the forearms so that the elbows are in underneath the shoulders. We're going to keep the hips high and we're just going to relax the head down. So we want to have no tension in the neck. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths here. Just nice deep inhales and exhales. Noticing how the body is responding to this movement. Notice how you're feeling. Let's take one more big deep inhale. Take a full exhale. And then let's come back up to our tabletop. Nice. From here, we're going to send the right leg out and away. We're going to start just by tucking the toe under and pressing that right heel towards the back of the mat. So initially just getting this little bit of an opening through the back of the right hamstring here. You can rock back and forwards if that helps. And then we're going to take the gaze down in between the hands, and we're going to be stepping that right leg up and into our low lunge. So maybe the next time we rock forward, we might start to lift the right toes. We might send the right foot up in between the hands, and we're going to find our low lunge here. Nice. We're going to maybe find a little rock forwards and backwards with the hips. Just using this to begin to settle ourselves into our low lunge. This could well be the first time that we have been here all day. So ease into it. And then can we bring the hips forward and down? And can we inhale, maybe release the hands, take them up. We might come into prayer position in front of the chest. Nice. So find what feels good for you here and what's going to work for you. So maybe if you're here and this is already a little bit too intense, you might decide to walk that back knee out, or maybe send it a little bit further forwards. Whatever, walking the back knee out is going to increase the stretch. Bringing it forward is going to make it a little less intense. So set yourself up in your low lunge. We might stay here, or we might inhale to sweep those hands up and overhead. Nice. As we exhale, we're going to see if we can start to straighten out through the front leg, send the hips back, and bring the hands down into our cactus arms. So we're opening the elbows towards the back. As we inhale, we reach the hands up, send the hips down, low lunge. Exhale, hips come back, cactus arms. Inhale, we reach forward and up. Exhale, cactus arms. Nice. Just continue on like this, flowing with your breath. Noticing if every inhale we can take the hands slightly higher, can we begin to reach back? Every exhale, can we straighten a little bit further through that leg, send the elbows back. Just continue on with the breath here. Inhaling to come forward and up. Exhale, straighten the leg, cactus arms. Nice. After your next exhale, we straighten out through the right leg. We're in our cactus arms. We're going to stop, we're going to hold. We're going to keep the arms in this position, and we're going to bend the right knee, come back into your low lunge. Can we find a little bit of a twist? So we're going to keep the arms exactly where they are. We're going to keep the elbows in line with the shoulders. We're going to start to twist the body out towards the right hand side. We might stay here, or we might drop the left hand onto the outside of the right knee and use that as a little bit of leverage to help guide yourself a little bit further into that twist. Take one big inhale, take a full exhale, and then let's sweep both hands up, low lunge, exhale, plant the hands down to the floor, send your foot all the way back, coming back into our tabletop. We're going to find the same thing other side. So this time, the left foot stepping forward up in between the hands, and we're going to take a little bit of time here to find our low lunge. So can we send the hips forward and down? Can we begin to power up through the core, maybe lift the hands, and maybe coming into prayer position here. Nice. If this is a little bit too intense, we can walk the right knee in. If we want an extra stretch, we can walk it back a little bit further. But here we are, we're in our low lunge. We are breathing, we're feeling that nice big stretch in through the front of the right hip flexor here. We may choose to stay here, or we might inhale to sweep those hands up and overhead. Nice. As we exhale, we're going to start to send the hips back, straighten out the left leg, cactus arms. Again, we flow with the breath. We inhale to reach the hands up high, bend the knee, exhale, straighten the knee, cactus arms. Again, we inhale, we reach up, and we exhale, straighten the leg, send the hips back, cactus arms. Cool, and we just continue on like this. As always, flowing with our breath. Every inhale, we reach up, we low lunge. Every exhale, sending the hips back, sending the elbows back. Just keep breathing, noticing how this side feels in comparison to the other side. And then after your next exhale, we move the hips back, we come into our cactus arms. We're going to see if we can stay here with the arms. We're going to keep the elbows up and in line with the shoulders, keep the elbows reaching back. We're going to bend the left knee, return back to your low lunge position, and then we're going to find our twist. So take a big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to start to twist the upper body out towards the left hand side. We're going to either stop or we're going to bring the right hand onto the outside of the left knee, and again use that as a little bit of leverage to help guide us a little bit further into that twist. Just be mindful that we are not pulling on the left knee here to make this happen. Let's take one more big inhale, take a full exhale, and then let's untwist ourselves. Reach our hands up on an inhale. Exhale, hands come down, framing the left foot. Step that foot all the way back. And we take a child's pose here. So toes might come together, knees might come apart. We stretch the arms long, take the forehead down, and just find a few deep breaths here. Just breathing right down into your belly, exhaling to fully release. Taking one or two more nice deep breaths. And then after your next exhale, we're going to slowly begin to release by maybe lifting the gaze. We're going to start to lift the hips, and we're going to come forward and we're going to come into our cobra here. So begin to send your legs back. Begin to take your chest down towards the floor so that we are lying down on the bellies here. We're going to take our hands out in front of us, so a little bit further away from the head and on a bit of an angle, so almost like we were reaching out towards the corners of our mat here. And we're going to try to keep the hands on fingertips. We're going to keep the toes pointing back towards the back of the mat. We're going to stay active through the legs. So imagine the tops of the feet pushing into the floor, the fronts of the thighs pushing into the floor, your pelvic bone pushing into the floor. We're engaged through the lower half of the body. We're on our fingertips, and as we inhale, we're going to start to roll the chest up, looking forward, maybe straightening out the arms, and then as we exhale, we take it down. As we inhale, we lift, and as we exhale, we lower. Continuing on like this, and if this feels a little bit too much for your back, you can bring your hands back and underneath your shoulders and just do the same thing from here, just keeping the movement very small if you need to. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to lower. But we are trying not to press too much into the hands or into the fingertips. We're trying to use all of the muscles in our backs here to lift. Inhale, we're rocking the body up. Exhale, we're lowering it down. Let's take two more in your own time. And then after your next exhale, lower the chest back down to the mat. We're going to slide our hands all the way back and underneath the shoulders, and we're going to send the elbows pointing back. So we don't want the elbows pointing out towards the sides of the room. We want the elbows pointing back towards the backs of our feet. We're going to see if we can come up here into a plank. So it can be a high plank or a low plank. If we're coming into a low plank, we're going to keep the knees on the floor, and we're going to start to press up onto our knees. If we're coming into our high plank, we're tucking the toes under and we're coming up into our high plank. Nice. Let's take one more big inhale here. Take a full exhale, keep holding, take one more big inhale, and then as we exhale, lift the hips, send them back, come into your version of your downward facing dog. So your knees can be bent here or they can be straight, it doesn't really matter. Wherever we are, we're taking a few deep breaths into the backs of the legs. We can find stillness, or we might begin to walk the dog out here, just bending and straightening one knee at a time. Just walking it out. Feeling that stretch through the right hamstrings and then the left. Keeping the spine long, head heavy, no tension in your neck. Let's come back to stillness in our downward facing dog. We can come out of this at any time we need to, just by bringing the knees back to the floor. But we're just going to see if we can take a few deep breaths here in your stillness. Take a nice big inhale. Take a full exhale. Take another big inhale. Take a full exhale. Take one more big inhale, send your gaze up in between your hands, and then as you exhale, can we begin to lift the right knee, the right foot? Can we send it forward and in between the hands? Nice. We might stay here, or we might switch on through the core. Start to inhale, we'll come up into your high lunge. Again, we might stay here with the hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Or can we take a big breath and sweep those hands up and overhead? Nice. Reaching those fingertips nice and high. We are strong through the legs. Sole of the front foot planted into the floor. On our tippy toes on the back foot here. Take a nice big inhale. Sink your hips a little bit lower. As we exhale, can we straighten out through the front leg? Come into your cactus arms. Inhale into your lunge. Reach up. Exhale, straighten the knee, cactus arms. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, straighten, cactus arms. Let's go one more time. Big inhale to reach up. Exhale into your cactus arms. And then we're going to keep the arms in cactus. We're going to bend once again through the front knee. We're going to find that twist. So take a big inhale. As we exhale, can we keep the elbows in line with the shoulders and start to twist our upper bodies round towards the right hand side? We might stay here, or we might decide to drop the left hand all the way down to the floor. We might reach up with the right. We're here for one big inhale. A full exhale, and then nice and slowly release from whichever position you're in. Come all the way back up with the hands up high. Take a big inhale, take a full exhale, send the hands back down, framing the front foot. Step the right foot back into your high plank or your low plank. Big inhale, exhale, lower all the way back down to the mat. Inhale, we're going to press ourselves up and back into your child's pose. Taking one or two deep breaths here. And then after your next exhale, coming back up and into your tabletop here. Nice. From here, we're going to find our plank once again. So spread those fingertips nice and wide. You can stay in your half plank by keeping the knees on the floor and maybe even lifting the feet off. Or if you want to go for a full plank, we're going to send one foot away, tuck the toes under, send the other foot away. Whichever variation we're in, we're sucking the belly button back towards the spine, so we're switched on in the core. Take a nice big inhale. Take a full exhale. Take one more big inhale. And then as we exhale, send the hips up, send them back. Find your downward facing dog. We find a little bit of stillness here. Can we be here for 2 deep breaths? Take a deep inhale. Take a full exhale. Take another big inhale. Take a full exhale. Your last inhale, send your gaze up in between your hands. As you exhale, can you start to lift that left foot? Maybe send it up in between the hands and finding your high lunge. So you might stay here working on that stretch, or you might decide to lift the upper body high, bring your hands into prayer position in front of your chest, and smile and breathe. Nice. We can take a little bend in the front knee or a big bend, it doesn't matter, it just depends how you're feeling energetically and physically. But can we maybe start to send the hips a little bit lower? And then if we decide, we might inhale to reach our hands up nice and high. Fingertips reaching up, we're strong through both legs. Sole of the left foot planted into the mat. Take another big inhale. As we exhale, straighten out the front knee, cactus arms. Inhale, reach up, bend the knee. Exhale into your cactus arms. Nice. Inhale, reach up, sink the hips down. Exhale, cactus arms. One more time. Nice big inhale to reach up. Exhale, cactus arms. Let's keep the arms in this position, keeping the chest open, the chest nice and broad. We're going to bend that left knee. And we're going to find our twist. So take a big inhale. As we exhale, can we start to twist the body all the way around towards the left? We might stay here. We might go ahead and drop the right hand to the floor. We might reach up high with the left hand. We're here for one big inhale. A full exhale. And then after your exhale, circle that top hand down. We're going to plant it down onto the floor. We're going to send the left toes back into your plank. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, we lower all the way down, keeping the elbows hugging in. Come all the way down to your mat. We can bring the hands in front of our head here. Rest your head down on top of the hands. And just let everything relax. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Notice how the body's feeling. Notice if there's a little rush of energy. Taking our last few breaths here. And then after your exhale, we're going to start to lift the gaze. We're going to bring the hands in underneath the rib cage, send the hips up and back, and walk them all the way back. We're going to release the legs out in front of us here so that we are sitting towards the back of our mats. We're going to have the legs outstretched, and we're going to come for our final few stretches of this practice. So we're going to take the right leg and we're going to cross it over the top of the left. So we want to have the knees stacked here. The sole of the foot doesn't have to be on the floor. We're going to keep active through the left leg. So point the toes up towards the sky. We're going to take the hands either side of the left leg. Take a big inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to very slowly start to walk the hands down either side of that leg. Almost like we were trying to rest our belly here down on top of the right thigh. And just breathe. Once we have found that point where we can't go any further, we've reached our limit, that's our cue to just stop And just let gravity take over. Notice all the space that you're creating in through the back of the left leg and in through the lower back. Breathing deep. Take one more inhale. Take your exhale. And then walk your hands all the way back up towards your hips. We're going to bring the sole of the right foot onto the floor, but we're going to keep it crossed over that leg. So the sole of the foot's on the floor. This time the knee is going to be pointing up towards the sky. We're going to keep the left leg active, keep the toes pointing high. We're going to find our twist. So we're going to sit nice and tall through the spine, keep the shoulders soft, take a big inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to start to twist out towards the right hand side. We can either hug around that right knee, or we can hook the elbow onto the outside of the knee. Again, we are keeping tall through the spine. We're thinking about opening the chest out towards the side of the room here. Breathing deeply. One more big breath in, take a full breath out, and then nice and slowly we untwist. We can release that right leg, send it out long. We can give both legs a little shake if we need to, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So keep that length through your spine. We're going to send the left leg this time over the top of the right. We're going to try to keep the knees stacked, and we're going to keep the right leg active, so toes pointing up, hands either side of the leg. We take a big inhale, reach tall with the crown of the head. As we exhale, we're going to find our fold. So we're slowly walking our bodies down over the top of that leg, and it really doesn't matter how far we come here. We're going to feel a deep stretch in through the back of the right hamstrings, in through the left thigh, the psoas muscles, the glute muscles. Just breathe here. Breathe and relax. Let your body relax down over your leg. Let's take one more big inhale. Take a full exhale, and then walk those hands back. Release yourself all the way back up to seated. We're going to keep this crossover with the leg. We're going to bring sole of the foot onto the floor so that the knee is pointing up high, keeping the right leg active, toes pointing up. We're going to find our twist. So inhale to sit nice and tall. Exhale, twist it out towards the left hand side, either hugging around the knee or hooking the elbow onto the outside of the knee. Wherever you are, we think about sitting a little bit taller with every inhale, twisting a little bit further with every exhale. Take one more big breath in, take a full breath out, and then gently release all the way back. We can bring the left leg back, and we're going to come into our butterfly position here with the legs. So bring soles of the feet together, let the knees drop out towards the side of the room. We can take a hold of maybe around the knees or the shins or the ankles or the feet. We take a big inhale, reach up nice and high with the crown of the head. As we exhale, can we fold our bodies down in between the legs? Releasing any tension from around the inner thighs, from around the low back. Inhaling deeply Exhaling to fully release. Take a few more deep rounds of breath in your own time. And then after your exhale, we can lift the gaze, we can lift the body, we can come back up to seated. You can choose to keep the feet like this, or you might come back into your cross-legged. But we're just going to finish exactly how we started, with a nice big inhale to sweep those hands up towards the sky. Bring the palms together. Exhale, hands down to your heart center. And close off the eyes here. Taking a moment or two just to check in with yourself. Noticing how the body's feeling, both physically, emotionally, energetically. And we will carry these nice deep breaths that we have cultivated with us throughout the rest of today. Finish by taking one more big deep inhale and a nice sighing release. You can drop the hands, you can open back up through the eyes. And namaste, everybody. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. I hope everyone is feeling good. I hope you will maybe return to this video and do this maybe weekly, maybe a couple of times a week. But thank you so much. And if you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more like this, please subscribe. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.